tracks today.
Yeah. I need them bands, run it up fast, stuffing them shits in the safe. Got me a spot out the way, nigga just tryna be safe. Leaving the house with the glizzy, nigga.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Absolutely. Now, I think Chris Brickley's comments, that's when keeping it real goes wrong. I mean, that's over the top to suggest that he's better than 60 or 7%, or because he would already be on the team right now. We wouldn't be having this conversation. I wouldn't have to continue to go on this show and espouse the virtues of Carmelo Anthony. But, I mean, come on. The guy is around 36% from three for his career. He's proven when he's around 10.
Yes, he has proven that he is a dynamic scorer. Hands down, a dynamic scorer, like, who can help a team out win championships. If they did get him a chance to get on their team, but they not getting him a chance to do it, to prove himself again, and just feel like they don't want to give him a chance. And he deserved to go out with a bang, not just go out not playing the league no more, like majority of other players.
To be able to be a spot-up shooter, there are teams that are in the contender conversation, like a Philadelphia, that has lost shooting this summer, and they could stand to add someone. And he has been a representative and ambassador for USA basketball in terms of getting it to a better place over the last 15 years of his career. And so I think there can be a place for him. Obviously, it will take a special kind of coach, a special kind of GM to accept that challenge and not run away from it. But I think there should be a place for him.
I have two things to say here. One, I think that yesterday on Jalen Jacoby, I kind of was wishy-washy on whether or not he is in that 67, better than 60-70%. I think that it's so subjective. Sometimes we say, oh, he's a top 10 player, and then we proceed to list 20 players. So I'm going to give Chris a little pass on that. But I just don't.
People don't forget, Carmelo is going to be a Hall of Famer when his career is done. But the way they not give him an opportunity, man, it's like his career is over. It's like they not giving him a chance to even get back in the league. You know, he financially cool, but it's just like he want to play, but ain't no GM give him no calls.
Like farewell tours very much. I just don't like the drawn. I kind of think you should kind of know it's going to be a guy's last season, sort of in the Dirk type of way.
Oh, come on. Who didn't love the Dwayne Wade farewell tour?
By the end, it was like, oh wait, I've been to like 3 of his last
games. Do you not like fun?
No, I don't like fun. Like, I'm very serious. I'm not about it. I mean, I think you should just kind of ride off into the sunset. I think that you know, your last game, maybe you say something, your last home game, but I just think it's just too much, drags on for too long, and it's just, whether or not he gets a farewell tour, this isn't Melo specific. This is generally, I am not a fan of the farewell tour.
Real quick, D-Wade, your farewell tour was awesome, okay? So we'll start with that.
Says the Miami native.
Second of all, here's the thing. I think the ship has sailed in regards to a regular season farewell situation, because the teams that would make the most sense are the Knicks or the Nuggets. And unless they decide to add him in some way, shape, or form, I just don't think it makes sense with like a Philly or someone like that to do a quote-unquote farewell tour. Now, Team USA, I think that makes a ton of sense. He's the most decorated Olympian we've had for USA basketball. That, to me, should be the situation.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, Philly could even add him in March.
It's just like people forgetting about it. It's like they're not getting him the opportunity no more. They just feel like his career's done. Like he ain't getting no calls, no nothing. It's like no team feel like they don't need him. I don't know, maybe because he won't set up a type of role or anything. Like it just like, it's like he might have to go to the sunset. It's like he ain't getting no calls to play with a team, a contender team, to help him out, man. Add 3-point shooting. It's just like he's not getting a chance to get back in the league. It's just looking like his career's done from here. Cause he's been in the league for a year now. It's a year or two, and it's just like nobody want to give him anything.
You know, for a playoff run or another team. It doesn't have to be.
But then they're like half a farewell tour.
You know, there was talks within the Lakers.
It'd be shorter. You'd like that.
Had the Lakers been in position to make the playoffs last year, I think there was a very good chance that Carmelo would have been added to that group.
Right.
Once they were out of playoff contention, it didn't make sense to bring him in there. But the guy should suit up again and play NBA basketball.
No, he's good enough to do it. I agree with you on that. Yeah.
And so whether you add the pomp and circumstance of it, or you keep that stuff under wraps, and in the last week of the season, or wherever you may be, you break out the rocking chairs and the jersey presentation and all the gifts that teams like to give, that's fine. But the guy should not have his last taste of NBA basketball be 10 games with the Houston Rockets and ceremoniously sent to Siberia.
Well, then if he doesn't want to, it wasn't realistic once, he wasn't going to be signed with a team that was going to be making a push in the playoffs. Does he want to sign with someone like the Knicks and go on a farewell tour if they're potentially
Chris Brickley
not
says he
gonna
does.
be?
Yeah, it seems like that is the case. Now let's take a look at that list we just had there of the potential free agents that are still available. Who's the best remaining free agent on this list?
Kenneth Faried, Jamal Crawford.
I'm gonna say Jared Smith.
Jamal Crawford, Kenneth Faried.
Jamal Crawford. I know he had the big game last year, but he's up in age. Like,
I'll let you guess who I'm going to say. Carmelo Anthony.
of course.
You would really want J.R. Smith over Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah, first of all, he's younger and he plays defense, so I'd rather just have that. Look, I mean, I think Carmelo Anthony deserves an opportunity. I think Vince Carter deserves an opportunity. I got a chance.
It's like, get him an opportunity to come in there to help a team out, to add on more scoring for your team. Because come in the playoffs, you're going to need that type of assistance. Another shooter on your team to help put some points on the board. But it's like no chance for him. It's like his career is over from here. It's like nobody don't want him. Like everybody keeps saying, like, who gonna call it? Who gonna call it? Nobody ain't trying to call it to add on that scoring. They feel like he's not gonna separate or coming off the bench. Like you see the season he had in Houston, when he was coming off the bench, he just don't feel right. That's not. It don't fit his personality. Like it don't fit him. Like he don't want to come off the bench. And I feel like that what teams want him to play off. They want him to come off, but he want to be a starter. It's just like he's not going to get an opportunity. The way it's looking, he's not going to get another chance to play in the league. He might play with the U.S. team and go off in the sunset with a gold medal, and that's about it.
2 games with Vince Carter at Summer League this year, and he seems intent on wanting to play one more season. So I would love for those guys to get a chance because, as you pointed out, Dave, both guys particularly have been great ambassadors to the game, and they kind of deserve kind of their moment in the sun. I'm curious to see who steps up to provide that particular situation. But as far as who's ready to play right now on that list, it's JR to me.
I would agree with that.
J.R. didn't play all last year.
I get it, but he's still young enough. He's got young legs. Like you don't think he can play better than those guys on the list?
Not better than Carmelo Anthony.
We'll agree to disagree.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more